Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at the notorious Miwa PR. Now for those of you who don't know this lock, this is a 11 wafer slash lever sidebar based lock. It's a Japanese lock and it's a very difficult one at that. So let's see how it works. So this key looks pretty innocent, like there's nothing too special about it. Some cuts on it, some cuts on the side, but that's pretty much everything that's there. The lock is encased in this housing. We can see a sidebar channel right in here. There's like this groove that runs along the housing. And let's take a look at our sidebar. This is the thing that actually blocks the rotation. Pretty simply looking piece of metal, right? But now things will get interesting because this is the core. Okay, so pretty delicate and intricate mechanism, right? So from this view we can see that we have some wafers in here and they can rotate basically left and right. Some of them are positioned on the right side of the cylinder and some of them are on the left side. There's 11 of them, their distribution is random and they even have some security features on them. So maybe if you look closely we can see that there are some serrations here and there are some false gates as well on some of them. Let's take a look at the action of the key. So as soon as we insert the key, the wafers start rotating back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and upon full key insertion, suddenly there's like a channel, like right in the middle of the cylinder, and this channel is used for the sidebar. So as soon as the true gates on these wafers line up, this sidebar can sink inside and suddenly it's flush with the cylinder and the lock can rotate in the housing. So pretty cool mechanism. To understand what a wafer looks like, a long time ago I actually got one of these and I selected some representative wafers from the lock. So essentially we have three types of wafers. This is the side wafer. So this little knob on the left side is the contact point with the key or with the pick. So at normal state the sidebar is lying somewhere down here. Okay, so it goes like this direction. And you can see the true gate is kinda off. And when you're picking the lock, you are basically, in the case of this side wafer, you are trying to push this little knob in order to rotate it so this true gate is on the bottom and then the sidebar can sink into it. So these side wafers do not have any security features on them. It's just basically one true gate. And then we have two kinds of wafers. These are the majority of them and we have our contact point in here. And if you look closely, we have of course our true gate, but right in front of it we have some tiny little serrations and even a false gate. So at resting state this wafer is basically tilted like this. I think I over-exaggerated the position, but you get the idea. The sidebar is somewhere here, right? And what you have to do is to use your flag and rotate this wafer, rotate it through this false gate, through these serrations until it's rotated like this and the sidebar can sink in. This is a very similar wafer, but it just belongs to the other side. So these are basically the left and right ones, but they look pretty much the same. So you can imagine that picking this lock is a pretty difficult process. And it's not because those false gates or serrations were biting too hard, but there are two things that are really difficult about picking it. First thing is not getting lost in this look, because there is really not a lot of space and you can get lost pretty easily. So peak placement is absolutely essential, and this is especially true if you have multiple wafers on one side right next to each other, because you can overset stuff pretty easily in this lock, and you have to be really sure that you are indeed on the correct wafer. And the second thing that is difficult are the max lift wafers. So it's really hard to detect max lift wafer, because usually they like to stop right before the true gate, before the final push. They feel like they are set, and as you close to the end of the peak, the log is still not opening, and it's usually because one of these max lift wafers is sort of like stuck just in front of true gate, right? And it's really difficult to detect them because these knobs are really well hidden, like in the roof of the keyway, or how to say it. So there is a good technique that Artichoke describes in his video. I absolutely recommend you to watch it if you plan to pick this lock, because he explains a really cool technique called the spoon maneuver for the max lifts, and he also has some nice graphics. So if you want to know more about this lock, definitely watch out for his video. I will just say that for picking I used this sort of Z-bar. You just put it somewhere in here, in the middle of the keyway, like this, nothing too difficult to titrate. And to pick it, basically you are stuck with either a multi-pick number 10 or 11, because these are the only two commercially available flags that will fit inside of this keyway, or you have to make your own, right? So you kinda need to make sure that you will be able to rotate your flag inside of the lock, and you also want to make sure that the flag is thin enough, or it's not too high, so it won't overset the minimum lifts, because this lock usually has some min lifts in the front. Like, I think it's on purpose, right? It has to be, so it's easy to overset stuff. Testing the wafers for binding is basically no different than in any other lock. You are just checking if it's stuck, or if it's moving, or if it's like jiggling. If it's jiggling, if it has some range of motion, it means that you are in the true gate, and this range of motion is dictated by the width of the true gate. And if it's stuck, if it's not moving, you are either in a false gate or you are on the serrations, and usually you can force the wafer out of these serrations pretty easily, unlike in the Miwa U9. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about picking this lock. I'm pretty sure if you want to tackle it, you should learn about it a little bit more. I was just going through some basics. So yeah, I think we can go ahead and try to pick this lock. Enjoy! Okay, here we go. Key works. Okay, let's go clockwise. Pretty heavy tension, and see what happens. Okay, we'll click on 4. We'll click on 1. Click on the side wafer. Click on 5. Okay, some clicks on the back wafers. Nothing too dramatic, but at least I lifted them a little. Click on the side wafer on 1. 4 is binding hard. Fat click out of him. Still binding. Okay, I pushed him a little further. Let's move on the left side. Click on 7. 11 looks good. Let's check 4 again. I think it's pretty fine. So A7. Okay, let's check the right side. Nothing on A1. Side is good. 5 as well. Okay, some clicks on 9. It's one of the max lift wafers. Seven feels good. Click on 11. Let's try 4 again. Actually, I might gonna go for the scoop. Okay, 2 clicks there. Perfect. Now I will just check these guys again. Everything looks good on the left side. Let's try the scoop on 9. Don't think it's binding though. 5 is a little weird, but I'm gonna leave him alone for now. I think 9 is still dropped. I'm kinda losing my grip on him. What's this? I think 4 dropped back a little bit. Let's try the scoop. Nothing there. Okay, moving on. Let's check in the left side again. Everything is fine, of course, as per usual. Okay, click out of 9, pretty good one. I think I got the max lift set now. Let's check here. 7 feels alright. 11. Not that sure. Let's try the scoop on 4 before we attempt anything else. Yeah, I think 4 is good. I think the side wafer is binding here. Or is it? Not completely convinced, but yeah, I think it is. It's so weird, like half binding, half not. Okay, I think I gave him a click. Was that enough though? 11 is good, so is 7. Yeah, I don't know this. Okay, that was better. Feels like 11 was binding, but I lost my confidence, so I stopped forcing him. Maybe I will come back to him, but for now he's just chilling there, which I'm kinda alright with. Okay, 5, maybe 5 could be on that step. Okay, I will come back to him too. Okay, good click out of 8. Good click out of 10. Five might be alright. We'll leave him. 11 still pretty okay-ish. Okay, try the scoop here. So 4 is definitely not binding. Try the scoop on 9. Well, I'll try it again because I did not feel like it's set. Okay, now ace. I think I dropped something, but that's alright. That's kinda alright. Okay, 11 is binding. And yeah, we got an open. Oh, this took like a long time since I first got this lock. I was really nervous like the whole time. This is like take 15 maybe. I opened it off camera many times, but for some reason this lock just gives me anxiety. Okay, we got him open anyway. So before my battery runs out, that would be very unfortunate. Let me just show you the gates that we indeed have 11 wafer. I don't even have my tray here, but who cares? Just a few little parts. Let me just unscrew this. Imagine that the camera would run out now. Gotta make haste. Okay, this all goes out. Where's our key? There. There's our sidebar. Okay, I will just make a little bit of mess on the table. Okay, let's check the gates, if the camera focused okay. Okay, hopefully it's visible that we indeed have 11 wafers in there without mastering. Okay, perfect. Just one more close-up just to make sure everything's visible. And yeah, that's all she wrote for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm really happy about this pick because it was like one of my nemesis, this lock. And okay, I guess it's time to keep grinding, right? Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time with the next video. Bye.